Do you need a big, easy fat quarter quilt? This quilt will check the boxes. It's called the Fat Quarter 4 Patch, and it's simple and it's a big crowd pleaser. Download the free pattern at Fat Quarter Shop. It has free instructions for a crib, throw, lap, and queen sizes. And today what we're going to be making is a lap size. So for the lap quilt, you need 20 fat quarters and 1 1/3 yards background. We're using the Main Street collection from Sweetwater, and the background we're using is Bella Solid Off-White, which is 9900-200, and it's a favorite of a lot of Moda designers. Now that you have all your fabrics picked, make sure you're subscribed to this channel for tons of free patterns like this, and let's get sewing. So your first step is to make 9 patches, which is super easy. The thing about this pattern that's so great is if you have a teenager that wants to sew, it's a great beginner pattern. So with the 9 patch, you're gonna lay out 5 prints, 4 solids, and then you're gonna sew them into rows. And when you sew them into rows, they will look like this. Once you get them into rows, you're going to press towards your darker print, and you're going to be using a 1/4 inch seam. From there, you're going to sew your final block and press according to the pattern. And to be honest, with this pattern, you can actually press any way you want since it's so beginner. No matter what size quilt you're making, you're going to make 2 of these 9 patches from each fat quarter. Since we're making the lap, we're going to have 40 blocks total. Now, like I mentioned before, you're going to be making 2 9 patches from each fat quarter. You're going to take those 2 and lay them out with 2 matching fabric A squares. And then that is going to be your block from 1 fat quarter. Then you're going to sew these 2 together, press towards the fabric A. Then when you join these together, you're going to press open. And that's going to make your entire quilt nest. And I'm going to show you how that looks. So you can see you've got alternating 9 patches, your fabric A, and you've pressed towards your A and you press this one open. Now again, you're going to make 1 from each fat quarter. Since we started with 20 fat quarters, we're going to have 20 for the lap size. Now you're going to lay out your quilt however it looks visually appealing to you. And you're going to see that you're going to get this 9 patch is going to create a diagonal effect. And really what you want to do here is just kind of place your blocks where you're not touching the same fabrics. And also this pattern is great because you can see these are really small scale prints. It looks great, but if you put this in a K facet or a Tula pink fabric, it would also look fabulous. And the prints would just show out a little bit bigger. So no matter what fabrics you use, I think this pattern is great. Now this one we quilted with a creamy gray neutral thread, and we did a bunting style pantograph that contrasts well with the squares in this design. So sometimes when you are doing your quilting, if your quilt has lots of straight lines, adding curves adds a really nice interest. Be sure to share your Fat Quarter 4 patch quilts with us. I can't wait to see them. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you every Friday for a weekly live stream.